Natasha Phiri is on standby and has also been watching movement as the delegates are starting to file out of the plenary hall. Natasha, from your vantage point, what are you seeing and what has been for you the key moment of this NGC?
Well, thank you so much, Thulas. I think the key point, and that was actually reiterated here by ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa, was the NGC resolving, Thulas, that the SACP recuse themselves from all electoral strategic meetings of, the party. And just to talk to us more on this, we're joined by Dr Levy Ndou, who's a political analyst. And while we talk to him, we'll also just try to get reactions from leaders of the SACP here and the ANC. Dr. Ndou, you heard, I think no surprise coming there from one of the resolutions of the NGC that the SACP should actually recuse themselves from the electoral processes or strategic meetings of the ANC.
It is a very difficult decision to take, but as we all know, the SACP appears to be firm on its stance, and they are going ahead contesting elections against the ANC. When you look at it from an observer's point of view, this decision, difficult as it might be, could create a situation where there is a clear separation between the members of the ANC and the members of the SACP. And indeed, what the President said was that this is done to avoid unnecessary confusion, because there was a discussion about dual membership, which was thoroughly discussed in this NGC, and that appeared not to have been a favor to most people. And as we move forward now, we should therefore be able to get a very clear audit from both the ANC and the SACP, auditing their members, so that both parties should know where they stand with certain individuals.
And people that come to mind are the likes of Buti Manamela, who's an ANC NEC member and a member of the SACP. Most likely Dr Poppy Ramathuba, who's the Premier of Limpopo. She's also the Deputy Chair of the SACP in Limpopo, an ANC PEC member. And I think for her, she's really caught between a rock and a hard place. There's a provincial conference that's coming up in Limpopo. A lot of people have said, listen, she should actually stand as the ANC chair, and I spoke to her yesterday about this, and she was at pains at saying it will be a difficult decision. I did ask, who will you choose? And she says when the time comes, she'll let us know about that decision. Your thoughts on that?
It could be a very decision to make, and indeed not only for a person like Dr. Poppy Ramathuba and many others who are both in the ANC and the SACP. But the unfortunate situation is that you have got two parties that are going to contest each other. And these people are supposed to make their stance clear, where they actually stand, whether they are in the SACP or whether they are in the ANC. But what is also very interesting is that the alliance is not dying. And the President has indicated that they are still going to have ongoing discussions with the SACP. Maybe the SACP might change their mind, but if they continue not having changed their mind, the unfortunate has to happen. Certain individuals have to make a choice between being in the ANC or in the SACP.
Will they be able to change their mind, though, because this is a conference resolution of the SACP to actually go to alone at the polls?
The former Secretary General of the SACP has started opening up a discussion within the SACP. And my view is that on an ongoing basis, the SACP can still review their decision. They can still heed the call and call a special conference in order to have a standpoint on this issue. Because my view is that you could still have other members of the SACP who are finding it difficult to choose between the SACP and the ANC. And these people requires a clarity from their leadership. And indeed, I expect the SACP also to do a thorough audit of their membership, because this decision has got far-reaching implications.
Another sticking point is the issue of discipline and implementation. The president's words, he had said that the ANC must focus on, ridding the party of the disease of not implementing its decisions.
The ANC has always been accused of being able to identify challenges, of being able to know what is supposed to be done, and the biggest challenge has always been implementation. And I love the way the president said. He said they have to create an agency that has to deal with implementation. And what does that mean? It will mean that there should be a huge shift in terms of how the deployees of the ANC perform their responsibilities, because what is expected of them is to implement what has been agreed upon, which has always appeared to be a challenge. But the other biggest challenge is that the ANC, in my view, has to ensure that as they move towards deploying the best amongst themselves, they must also do the same when it comes to the administration, because there are a lot of people that will require skills, people that will require retraining, and if such is done, we can therefore be able to see implementation being fastened.
Dr. Ndou, thank you so much for your time. Of course, Thulas, just highlighting some of those salient points. The NGC resolutions, we're hoping to speak to Madala Masuku of the SACP, but I see that he's still busy. Hopefully we'll be able to get him after this. But this is as I toss to you, Mzwai and Sophie.
Yeah. All right, Natasha, thank you for that. That will be an important conversation going forward with the SACP. We will start it possibly here at the rep of the National General Council, but I suspect in classic communication theory, right, the ANC being the sender of the message, clearly the NGC sending a specific message coded, and the receiver of the message, of course, being the SACP. How they receive and interpret that message is the next point of that story. So thank you for that, Natasha Phiri, part of our team, our comprehensive coverage here at the SABC over the last 4 days of the NGC. So